Alright guys, welcome back to one more Forza Motorsport 7 video. There's a new set of Forzathon events available, and we're gonna be doing the first one of them. There are four, they are kinda long running actually. We have a little bit over 3 weeks to complete some of them. But anyways, we have Coming to Town, Heavy Duty Steering, Meet and Greet, and Forza World Tour Part 1. So we're going to be doing first the Coming to Town event. We're going to be doing them in order, of course in separate videos. So this is going to be the first one. Let's jump right in. Complete 3 laps in Prague. The price for this Forzathon is the 2012 Aston Martin V12 Zagato. I really like this car actually, so I'm kind of excited that uh, I'm gonna get this as a prize. So let's jump right in and do the first part of the challenge. So for the first part of the challenge, we need to do 3 laps around Prague. The car class doesn't matter, so I decided to go with the major micros. I recently used this car in one of the career championships, and I found them really fun to drive, and I didn't expect them to be fun. These things are quick for their size and category, but I thought they were gonna be slower and boring to drive. I don't know about the other cars. I mean, when I was racing against the AI, I had kind of a little bit of trouble keeping up with the BMW Isera. I don't know how to pronounce the name properly, but it's that weird looking car. I think it has only 3 wheels. And I was getting beaten up by that car actually. But I don't know. I really like this Mini that I'm driving. It kind of glides around the corner so easily that I don't know. I like it. I'm running the unbeatable AI, so I can guarantee you that I'm gonna win races. But then again, that's not the point of these challenges unless the challenges states that you need to win the race. So I think this car is also one of the rally cars in Dirt Rally, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of remember driving this one in that game. Is that the Fiat? I don't know. It looks like. Yeah, that's the Fiat bar. And here we go through the section that usually cause a lot of chaos in online hoppers. I really suggest you to try this car. It's surprisingly fun. I don't know. I kind of after driving this car, I kind of wish that the Turn 10 Studios kind of made a hopper for this car class. Only for this car class, of course, not any other type of cars, because I don't think this thing is gonna be competitive with any of the other car classes in the game. So we're up in second place. Surprisingly, I didn't know uh, whether we would be able to keep up with the AI at this difficulty in this car, because in the career mode I had a little bit of trouble keeping up, but I don't know, it feels a little bit easier, which kind of makes me wonder whether or not I have the AI at unbeatable or not. I'm gonna check that after we finish the race, just to confirm. The drawing distances in this game is amazing. You can see really far into the distance with the city, and this map kind of reminds me of Assassin's Creed, which is a game that I really love. By the way, I'm gonna be creating a second channel pretty soon. I'm actually getting ready to kickstart the second channel. This channel that you're watching this video on is gonna be mostly racing games. It's not gonna be all racing games though. So there will be some multiplayer games that I'm actually into. One of them that I'll probably bring onto this channel is Sea of Thieves. I'm really excited for that game. I played the alpha, and unfortunately everybody that played the alpha is under NDA, which is non-disclosure agreement, so we can't actually tell exactly what we see or what we do uh, in game, but I can tell you that the game is looking amazing so far. So I'm pretty excited for that game, and that game is probably be coming to the channel as soon as it is released. So it's this type of game that's mostly multiplayer based, that is going to be the main focus of this channel, of course, besides racing games, which is my biggest passion. But for the second channel, I'm gonna be focusing on story-based games. So Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider, games that I'm into, that I think they would be better in a separate place. So I'm gonna be kickstarting this channel pretty soon, and as soon as I do, I'm gonna let you guys know in case you're interested in watching any of the stuff that I post over there as well. I mean, off camera, without any sort of YouTube activity, before I even created this channel, racing games are what I mostly spend my time on. I play racing games pretty much every single day, and it's usually rotating between Forza and Gran Turismo, because they are the two biggest ones that are out right now. But depending on the time of the year, I may be rotating between different games, but I always come back to Forza Motorsport, which is my favorite franchise. But sometimes, occasionally, I like to kind of get take a break from racing games in general, just for a day or two, and have a little bit of fun playing story-based games. I'm not this into story-based games, but there are a couple that I'm big fan of and kind of enjoy playing them. So I decided to bring them over to the second channel. So we're on the last lap, surprisingly still in first place. So looks like we're not gonna have any trouble winning this race. I just hope that in case we get any of those challenges that require us to win races, that we don't have a lot of trouble, so I don't have to keep repeating events in order to win them. I think this section I can take pretty much flat out in this car, which is kind of nice. Yeah, completely flat out. I didn't let off the throttle even for a little bit. Cool. So first place. I just hope that the challenge registers as complete, because on the first two set of challenges that Forzathon challenges that I did, I actually had to reboot the game every time that I completed a challenge, because the game simply refused to register as complete. So I'm gonna check that out right now and see if it needs rebooting. Okay, so the game registered the challenge as complete, so that's good news. I hope this is a sign that Forza, the Turn 10 Studios actually fixed this part of the game that was kind of broken. But anyways, moving on to challenge number 2, complete 3 laps in Rio de Janeiro. So we're switching things up a little bit, and we're going with the hot hatch icon category, using the Honda Civic, which is the OP car in one of the Ghost League race hopper. I don't know if they're actually called hoppers, but it's one of the first league events that they made available a couple weeks ago, and there's no beating this car in that league. It's pretty much dominated by Honda Civics, exactly this model. I watched the live stream Super GT did a couple weeks ago, where he tried pretty much every other car that was available, and none of them were able to keep up with the Honda Civic. So it's kind of bad, because I mean, when you go into online racing, you expect to have a little bit of variety in the way that you are able to choose the cars, and rather than being forced to stick to just this one car because you want to remain competitive. So it's something that's kind of broken that needs fixing, but I'm not entirely sure whether or not Turn 10 Studios will actually get around to fixing it anytime soon. But anyways, we're driving Rio de Janeiro. In case you've watched some of my older videos, you probably know that I'm Brazilian. And it's kind of curious because I've never been to Rio de Janeiro before. I was born in the small town called Santos, which is in São Paulo state. And I think I've only left the state, I think maybe once in my entire life. And now I live in Japan, so I won't be visiting Rio de Janeiro anytime soon. I hear that it's beautiful, but kind of dangerous, so I don't know if that's a place where I would actually want to visit. But yeah, even though I've never been to Rio de Janeiro before, I kind of can tell that this is pretty much the type of Brazilian environment that I'm used to. The buildings are very characteristic of Brazilian architecture in general. So even though it's a different city, it looks kind of familiar to me. Alright, so we're in first place already. I kind of expect the AI to put up a fight. Yeah, I kind of forgot to check whether or not we actually have the AI at unbeatable. But I don't know. I don't get the point, because the very reason why I set the AI at unbeatable is because I don't want to have this exactly what's going on in this race, where I'm just basically racing by myself without any car on my tail. I kind of like having to keep up the pace in order not to get overtaken, or maybe trying to catch up a faster car in front of me. And that's exactly the opposite of what's going on in this race. So we're on the last lap, still in first place. I don't think nothing much is gonna happen, because we're kind of pulling away from the AI. So yeah, not much happened after all. Kind of disappointing, to be honest. The AI in this game, I thought it had been fixed, because in Forza 6, the unbeatable AI was a little bit impossible, because up to the second place it was fairly easy for you to catch up to, but the first place would be so far ahead that it would be nearly impossible for you to catch up. And in this game I thought it had been fixed, because the AI felt better, more balanced, but as it turns out, it's kind of a hit or miss. There are races that are really, really difficult for you to win, and some other races are this easy to win. Alright, so moving on to the third and I believe last challenge of the first Forzathon event: complete a race on the Dubai City Circuit. So I wanted to drive this sick looking Infiniti Q60 concept, so that's the one I'm gonna be going with. I usually like the backs of the cars better than the fronts, but this is one of the rare cases where I'm kind of more into the front side of the car. It looks really sick, and I just missed my shifting. That was ridiculous. And I also confirmed that I did indeed have the AI at unbeatable in both of the first two races. So yeah, it's a balancing issue. It's clear to me now. The AI sometimes can get way too easy and unbeatable, and sometimes way too difficult. And I kind of lost the count of how many times I had to retry races in the career mode because of that, because of this balancing issue. You know, it's not a matter of choosing a different car, because some races are easy to win and some races are difficult to win using the same car in the same championship. So it's not a matter of choosing the car. Oh crap. This car looks so sick, man. Oh my god, I just ruined the front of a car. It's all messed up. Look at that. And I kind of want to try this car in an online hopper. I have so many cars that I actually want to try out because I haven't tried. I've only tried a really small fraction of the cars available in the game. I have collected, I think, almost 500 cars in total so far, so I'm kind of close to collecting them all. But still, I haven't driven nearly. Yeah, I can even quantify the amount of cars that I've driven so far. It's really small, the amount. Yeah, we're not going to be able to win this race, but that's fine. The challenge doesn't require us to win the race anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I can even blame the AI on this one because my driving was all over the place with this car. The reason why I did so well with the Mini Cooper and the Honda Civic is because I'm kind of used to those cars because I've driven them a lot, but I've never driven this car before. I keep wanting to check the front of the car because it looks awesome. Oh yeah, so this is a 2-lap race. I thought it was a 3-lap race. Kind of forgot to set one extra lap. I got overtaken. Oh man, that was a sort of a photo finish kind of thing, but yeah, I got no. Oh no, I thought I got overtaken. Looks, yeah, it was a Bentley Speed 6 that crossed the line right beside me. Yeah, we didn't get overtaken by him after all. Anyways, that's been the last of the 3 challenges of the first Forzathon, the first new Forzathon event. I actually had to reboot the game in order for it to register the last race that we did, so the issue is not gone entirely. Turn 10 Studio really needs to fix this game because this is by far, I think, the buggiest Forza Motorsport game that they've ever released. But anyways, it registered. We got our Aston Martin V12 Zagato. This is a sick looking car and I'm glad that we finally got our hands on it. Now I'm gonna be doing something different. Instead of actually doing an extra race using the car that we just got, I think I'm gonna be doing something different. I'm gonna try to take this car online, but first I need to check whether or not we have hoppers for this car. But I'm gonna be bringing a different video on that, and if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna try to set up a custom race just to showcase the car a little bit. But anyways guys, hope you had fun. Thank you for watching. If you did like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more Forza Motorsport 7 content, share the video with your friends and on your social media. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate the help. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye.